Well, we certainly are nearing the end of what I call the free checking era. And for the past decade or two, if you were a bank, all you had to do was offer free checking and overdrafts and everything just seemed to take care of itself. You didn't really have to worry that much about product design. And I can even remember a time when banks tried to out-free their competitors. They'd tell their customers, our free checking account is freer than their free checking account. So we hit this peak back in 2009. 76% of banks offered totally free checking. And now, faced with regulatory changes and financial reform, that number has dipped all the way down to 38%. But we did such a good job as an industry training customers to expect free checking that now we're faced with a big problem. 100% of banks need fee income, and 0% of customers want to pay for banking products. So customers expect free, but all they're seeing is more fees. And I think it's one of the great challenges for our industry. The big banks have made a very successful transition from the free checking era to what I call the tech checking era. And they've redefined checking accounts with online and mobile services. And it's really helping them win. So here are the stats. The top 10 banks control about 2/3 of the country's financial relationships, but they're winning way more than their fair share of the switchers. So last year, 78% of the people who switched accounts went to one of the big banks. And 65% of the people that switched said that mobile banking played a big role in their decision to switch. So mobile banking and online banking have evolved to be extensions of the checking account, and every bank will now be judged by how well they coordinate these connections. Well, now the big banks are making their next move, and they're going beyond transactions to connect better with customers' mobile lifestyles. So many of them are busy adding things like shopping tools into their apps. So for example, Bank of America has something called Bank AmeriDeals, which has cashback offers that help their customers save money when they shop. You just open the app and there are your customized offers. US Bank has been talking about their plans for a shopping app that is completely separate from their mobile banking app. It's called Perry, and it's kind of like a shopping app from the future. You just point the app at a picture in a magazine or let it listen to a TV commercial, and it will help you find that product and make a purchase with your US Bank card. So what these big banks know is that helping customers save a buck is just as good as helping them make a buck of interest, and it's a lot easier, especially in today's rate environment. We're also seeing some very innovative things from what I call the born digital banks like Moven and Simple. So Moven recently released some really cool features that help customers manage their spending. You just download their app and instantly it analyzes your typical spending patterns, and it gives you constant feedback to slow down if you're spending too much, or it will prompt you to add to your savings when you're ahead of schedule. And most importantly, there's nothing that customers have to do to seek out this advice. There's nothing to set up. You don't have to give them a budget. You don't have to set a goal. You just use the app and the feedback is there for you all the time. So it's really time for community banks to rise to the challenge. They've got to catch up to where the big banks are in their investments with online banking and mobile banking. They've got to do a better job of understanding where mobile lifestyles are evolving and do everything they can beyond just transactions to connect better with people's mobile lifestyles.